Welcome back to another episode of Magic's in the Mess, the go to podcast for ambitious women ready to stop pretending, start aligning, and finally build success your way. I'm your host, Danielle McKinley, speaker, business and wealth strategist, and your go to problem solving hype girl. Here, we'll help you unlock powerful mindset shifts, discover your magic, and bring your dream life into reality. Each week, I'll deliver raw stories, proven business strategies, and powerful transformations with industry leaders to activate the magic in you. So if you're ready to ditch the pressure, the performative BS, and the noise telling you who you should be, hit subscribe and let's make some magic. Hey, magic makers, welcome back to another episode of Magic's in the Mess, where we turn real life chaos into clarity, cash flow, and moves that actually get you where you want to go. If you caught the last episode, we talked about uncovering the gifts you've been hiding, the ones that are so natural to you, you might not even see them as valuable. And I said something important. I said your gifts are the foundation, but they're not enough on their own. To actually create wealth and keep it, you need the right habits and the right money mindset. You could have all the discipline in the world, but if your money mindset is stuck in survival mode, those habits will only get you so far. So, this episode is for you if you're saying things like, I make good money, but I don't know where it's going, or I keep doing all the things, I'm journaling, I'm getting up early, I'm systematizing, I'm time blocking, and I keep hitting the same income ceiling year over year, and I just want to freaking break through it, then this episode is for you. So I really hope you will stick with me. Now, today we're going to talk about the 7 millionaire habits that shaped my business, my bank account, and my life. And I'm going to keep bringing it back up that why understanding your money story is an absolute non negotiable if you want these habits to stick. So, you've heard me say money story and money mindset. So, I want to break down for you really quickly that your money story is something that was inherited. You did not create this story, it was given to you when you were raised, when you were a young child. And your money mindset is your present day, what you are doing with that story. If you are letting that story run the show, or if you are rewiring it to call in the right money mindset to make yourself a millionaire, multimillionaire, maybe even a billionaire, baby. And habits are what actually make this stuff stick. So, let's talk about this because we love the idea of a big breakthrough. Like everybody loves this. The viral post, the massive client, the deal that changes everything overnight. And I feel like some people literally daydream about that. But here's the deal. The woman who actually get there, the women rather that actually get there, they're stacking tiny, boring, easy to skip habits long before the spotlight ever finds them. And here's the truth, a millionaire isn't made in one dramatic week or one viral post. She's built over time in the small, quiet moments where she keeps showing up for her money and her future self, even if it feels uncomfortable. And here's where money mindset comes in because if deep down you still believe money is scarce, or that you're not good with numbers, or that wealth is for other people, you will unconsciously sabotage the very habits that could make you wealthy as fuck. Okay? So, we got to dig in and start there with the foundation. And then we got to implement these next 7 habits that I'm going to teach you so that you can become the millionaire and have the life that you want to have, that you deserve to have, that you can totally have by having the right mindset and taking massive action. Okay, so let's dig in. So start the first one is going to be starting your day with the right mood. What's your wealthy woman mood? So before you grab your phone, I want you to ask yourself, how does my wealthy self start her day? I want you to envision it. Wealthy isn't just about your bank balance, it's your identity. And your money story shapes how you show up in those first few moments. So I want you to start really paying attention to like what is your money mindset on the daily, and the big vision, the dream version of you, how does that person show up? What's her money mindset every single day? Okay, next thing I want you to do is I want you to figure out how to track your money without the shame spiral. Your money needs a job, honey. So you have got to figure out where it's going, when it's going there, and you've got to give it a purpose. And whether that is using an app, that is using a spreadsheet, whatever the process is for you, you have to figure out how to track your cash flow because wealthy people know their numbers. And if your money story is rooted in avoidance or fear, this habit will be uncomfortable, but it's the one thing that will change everything. Knowing your numbers is the starting point. You've got to know what's happening with that money, honey. Okay, so number three, you need to start making decisions from your future self. Okay, so what do I mean by that? I want you to ask, what would the next level of me say right now? Your money mindset determines whether you see decisions or opportunities as expenses or as growth. Okay. So, I want you to start to just notice this even over like the next week. Every time a money decision comes up, like it's event season here in Arizona. I'm recording this in the beginning of August. It's right before Powerhouse Women and things are starting to kick off. Right. And so, it's a great time to look at what happens in your body when you go to think about that event you want to go to and making that investment. That's a great place to start to take notice of what's happening. And when you do that, the next thing I want you to ask yourself is what would the next level version of me say yes to right now? Would they say yes to this because it's going to move me forward? Have I figured out how to properly write these off in my business? Because, newsflash, friend, you absolutely can write off those investments in expanding your knowledge, expanding your awareness, helping you be seen. So I digress, but the point here for number 3 is really pausing when you're making money decisions to ask yourself, what would the next level me say right now? Okay. Now, number 4 is going to be you've got to figure out a way to regulate your nervous system every single day, especially if you've got a deep rooted money story that we're rewiring so that your current money mindset is not allowing that story to run the show. So, if your money story includes instability or scarcity or your body may feel like unsafe with more, a regulated nervous system allows you to hold and enjoy the growth. So sometimes where we're blocking ourselves is we literally are at capacity in our nervous system and our bodies won't let us hold more money. Okay, so figuring out how to regulate the nervous system, whether that's through breath work or taking walks or therapy or phoning a friend, whatever your modalities are to regulate the nervous system, you've got to figure out what they are. And that way you can call on them at any moment when you're feeling dysregulated. All right, now, number 5 is I want you to get in the rooms that expand you. Your money story is influenced by the people around you. So, proximity to people with healthy, abundant money mindsets will normalize your new levels for you. So, I mean, my life has been changed by putting myself into rooms that I was fearful in, that I felt like I didn't belong in, that I questioned, like, should I be there? And there is so much power in putting yourself in a room, especially if you know somebody that has the life you want to have or has walked the path before you. If they're 10 steps ahead of you in the path, get to the room, get in proximity with them because people want to help people, especially coaches. The reason why coaches are good is because they're usually coaching a version of them that came prior. Like I'm coaching previous versions of me more oftentimes than not. And the reason I'm good at it is because I've walked the journey. I'm a few steps ahead of them, not because I know everything, just because I'm a little bit further along on the path. And same for my coaches that coach me. So the point here, number 5 habit is getting yourself in rooms that expand you. And right now is a perfect time to do that because it is event season. Okay. Now, habit number 6 is getting in the habit of celebrating every single win, big or small. Because guess what this does? Celebration rewires your brain to expect abundance. Yep, I'm going to repeat that. Celebration rewires your brain to expect abundance. So if your money story tells you it's never enough, then this habit breaks the cycle. If it's telling you, like, I'll never have enough, that wasn't enough, keep going, you don't celebrate those wins, or you keep hitting milestones and then moving right on to the next one, you're making it harder for yourself to get to the next one because you're not celebrating the abundance. So celebrate every single win, big or small. Find your cheering squad. Reach out to me if you need. I love being a cheerleader. So if you don't have anybody cheering for you, then let's connect. Now, number 7 is going to be my favorite, and it is the queen of making shit happen. And it's one word, baby. It's consistency. Consistency is the motherfucking MVP, but rest is too. Okay. So consistency is queen, but rest is too. So if your money story is tied to hustle and burnout, rest may feel unsafe. You may struggle in stillness. It may feel like unearned, like I don't deserve this. And learning to rest without guilt is one of the wealthiest moves you can make, because I promise you, when you slow down, you will get downloads. You will get answers. You will have time to regulate the nervous system so that you have room to call in more. So I want you to be consistent. But if you have a habit of the hustle culture, then you need to figure out how to really praise rest too, and figure out the right consistency path for you so that you're not dysregulating your nervous system and pushing yourself to burnout. Okay. So listen, I have been there trying to layer all the millionaire habits all at once. I read the 5 a.m. club. I journaled. I thought cold plunging was for me. It is not. I still fucking hate it. And I've tracked every dollar, and I've been through burnout and exhaustion. And it really takes a zoom out to figure out the method that works for you. Because here's the thing, too, is that your your money mindset is unique to you, just like your human design is, when what we talked about in the previous episode. So it's really about crafting a habit around money that also works with your unique gifts and your uniqueness. And the truth is, if your money story is pushing you to prove your worth through doing, you're going to burn yourself out trying to earn abundance. So this isn't about doing everything at once. It's about building habits in a way that feels sustainable and aligned, and it's in line with like your beliefs that you actually want to carry about money. So if you don't know what those are, before you start implementing these 7 habits, you need to identify what your goals are, okay? And I want you to know that it's okay not to know, and that it's okay to take 5 steps forward and 1 step back when it comes to this stuff, because money is truly the root of everything in that we do in business. Because most of us got into business because we want to have more freedom, make a bigger impact, or both. And those two things require money. And so often we are investing in like the next strategy, the next sales process. How do I tweak my messaging? How do I get better content? How do I get better branding? I need a new logo. And in reality, we're just running away from figuring out what that money story is. And once we do that, a lot of times that other stuff that we need falls into place. We get into flow and it finds us. Okay. So here's what I want you to do this week. This week, I want your action step to be pick one habit from today's list. Before you start, I want you to ask yourself, what does my current money story say about this habit? Do I believe I deserve the outcome it leads to? And do I believe it's possible for me? And even before you do that, if you're not clear what your goals are, then that's your habit for the week, is identifying what are my goals and then starting to work through the list. And I promise you, this will work. Changing your habits and upgrading your beliefs underneath them when it comes to money is your key to unlocking it all, as long as you're willing to put in the work and take action, okay? So, if you want to go deeper, or if you're ready to not just create habits but also rewire your money stories so that those habits actually stick and work for you, or if you're just like, you know what, Danielle, I want a little more guidance in this, I know that I need to do this, then I want you to check out my SOTU. It's the State of the Union. And in this session, It's a digital program. It's a 3-part series where we unpack your finances, your money mindset, your money story, and we look at where you are, where you want to go, and then help you map the systems and moves that'll get you there. So if you want a little extra help, or you're just like, I need something that gives me the step by step guide because this feels heavy for me, then the So To is for you. And I am going to drop a link in the show notes for this. You can also find it in my bio on Instagram. For my handle is Life by Danielle, and then I'll also put everything in the show notes. But I want you to take the step, because if you start with the rewiring of money, I promise you everything else will start to shift and come together. And I would love nothing more than to help you on that journey. And so if you would do me a favor and share one of your biggest takeaways, or even just like let me know, hey, I'm doing this one habit and this is how it turned out. I love hearing from you. I love connecting with you. I love having chats, especially in the DMs on Instagram, because that's the platform that I am on the most. So don't be shy. I want to hear from you. Now, I want you to know that your gifts, they're your foundation, your habits are the structure, and your money story, that's the blueprint that holds it all together. Okay. So go work the steps, go write down the goals, and share with me the outcomes. And I will see you next time, Magic Makers.